everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is May, and if you are new here, thank you so much for joining me today. If you are a returning viewer, also thank you so much for your continuous support. Today I have a super fun video. It's actually my first tag video, so I'm super excited to be filming this one. I actually have a fellow YouTuber and also Instagram friend. Her name is Melissa. I'll make sure to link her channel down below for you guys to absolutely go and check out. She has a beautiful, stunning handbag collection, and she does also a ton of like fashion videos as well. And she actually did a categorize my bags kind of video. So she basically had a few categories, and then she would pick either one or a couple of bags in order to put in that category from her collection. And she went ahead and tagged me in order to join in the fun. So I'm really looking forward to doing my own categories of my handbags. I will say she did have a few more than I decided to go for. I just picked a total of 10 categories in order to place my bags. Alright, so without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into the first category. Now, she started off with her most beautiful bag, and I wanted to go ahead and start off the same way. And that bag for me is going to be my Celine luggage tote, and then this one is in the micro size. So even though it does not look micro, that is the name of the size that they have for it. I have done a previous review on this one, so if I have any reviews for any of the bags that I'm talking about, I'll make sure to link them for you guys down below for you to check out. But I just think that this bag is really so stunning. It's not a bag that you see often out and about, and for that reason I really do think that it is my most beautiful bag. I feel like if you know, you know, and if you don't, you're kind of intrigued as to, wow, what bag is that? How unique is the face of that bag? So as you guys know, I do call it my little robot bag because I do feel like it has its own little robot face that once you see it, it cannot be unseen. And for that reason, I really do think it's just so stunning. I love the color of it. I really do feel like it matches with everything. And even though I love a good crossbody bag, I feel like a top handle bag is a must for me. It definitely needs to offer a good top handle, and this one does just that. So once again, it's just such a beautiful bag to have in any collection, and I think that any size that you go for is definitely a win. All right, now moving on to the second question or category, and that is the least practical bag that you own. And as much as it pains me to say this, it will be my Polen #1 in the nano size. The only reason why I chose this one is because I really have to think about how I'm going to use this bag and what I'm going to put inside whenever I do choose to carry it. Aside from that, I am obsessed with this bag. You guys know, if you follow me on Instagram, I'm driving you crazy with pictures about it. But aside from that, like I did mention, I do need to think about the things that I will choose to put inside of her whenever I gravitate to use her. It is a smaller handbag, so the space is more or less a little bit limited inside. I have done previous what's in my bag on this one and reviews, so I'll make sure to have those linked for you guys. So you can still fit a few good amount of things, but it's not as easy as just grabbing, like, let's say even my Speedy 25, which we all know is like a black hole and you can just shove things in there and not even think about it. This one I do have to kind of think about, okay, what am I leaving behind? What wallet am I gonna use? What little pouch will I put in here in order to maximize my space? So for that reason, I thought that this was the least practical in my collection. So moving from the least practical, we're gonna go ahead and dive into the most practical bag in my collection, and that is, like I mentioned, my Speedy B 25, and this one is in the damier band print. As I said previously, I don't have to think about anything when I grab this bag. It has the top handle option, it has a crossbody option. I can throw it on my shoulder with that crossbody strap. So not only can I use it in so many different ways, but I can fill her up and still have space to put more things inside. It's like, she's really just like a little magic box in my opinion. You know, you can put so many things inside of her and you will still find that you have space to put more things inside. She's currently stuffed at the moment because I am not using her, shockingly enough. But I do feel like this is my most practical bag just for that reason. She matches with almost all of my outfits that I put together. I think the damier band print is such a neutral print that goes with anybody's style really, and for that reason, it's just, whenever I have to think about what bag am I grabbing today, I know that I'm gonna gravitate to her immediately because like I said, I just don't have to think about it. And no matter what I'm carrying, I know she's gonna be able to hold it. And then sticking with the Speedy Bee 25, she is also part of the next category, which is my most used bag. So it was kind of hard for me to determine which was going to be my most used bag because just like Melissa mentioned in her video, there's bags that I've had longer than my Speedy Bee 25. But I thought of it as in, okay, when I got that bag, how often did I use it? How much did I hold on to it? You know, did I have to tell myself, listen, May, grab other bags because this one needs a rest? And that's definitely something that I went through when I got this one last year for my birthday. It's almost gonna be a year now in June. And I've got to say that I go back and back and back again to this bag every time that I put her away. You know, I'll use some of my other bags maybe for a specific event. But if I know I'm just gonna be running errands or I just need to have a bag with me in case that I need to go out and about, I go back and then start using her again. And like I said, I always have to tell myself, switch out of the bag and use another one. But she is really such a great bag. I know the prices of Louis Vuitton have been increasing over and over. I feel like it comes every month, we have a new price increase. But if you are considering adding her, please do not give up on searching for her and finding her. We all know that the canvas has become harder and harder to come across, but I really do think that you will not regret adding this bag to your collection in any print for that matter. All right, and now going from my most used to my least used bag, that was the next category that Mel discussed in her video. And for me, it will be my Gucci Sima camera bag. I think it's called the Brie bag. At least that's how I find it whenever I'm looking for options for you guys, because I did purchase this one in the Gucci outlet. The most similar option that they do have at the moment is the Soho Disco, which I'll also link down below for you guys in case you're interested. But if you have been watching my channel for some time, you will know that I go back and forth on this bag. It is definitely my least used. However, I feel like in the last few trips that I've taken, she's definitely been able to make it out there with me, and somehow I fall in love with her all over again. I definitely have been able to pinpoint why it is that I don't gravitate to her as much, and it's simply because she does not have a top handle. Like I said, I've realized that for me, a handbag with a top handle is a must. Basically, that is one of the things that I look for now whenever I'm adding any type of handbag to my collection. Not only is it comfortable, but it gives me more options in order to wear her, as well as I can even dress her up with a twilly around the handle. So it just gives it a lot more versatility. And this Gucci camera bag unfortunately doesn't have that. It does have an adjustable strap, which is really nice. But even with that, I don't gravitate to grab this bag a lot. It is a black bag, and I have mentioned it before, I don't get along too well with black bags. I think you should have one in your collection just because specific events call for one. But I don't think this was that bag that I could probably allocate to every event, you know, for being my one and only black bag. I do have another one on my wish list. I'll make sure to pop up a picture. I saw it on my last Las Vegas trip, and she is absolutely stunning. So she's definitely on the wish list to be added. I don't think I'll get rid of this one just because first, the price was amazing. I think I paid $700 for this one. And like I said, I do grab her from time to time depending on the kind of trip that we're doing. She does pack a punch as well, but if I'm just here hanging out, you know, in my hometown, she is definitely not the first bag that I gravitate to, and she probably doesn't get picked up unless we're going on a trip and I need a smaller bag to pack. Before getting into the next category, I did want to mention that I had so much fun watching Mel's video, and I'm so glad that she tagged me. But it was so funny because throughout the whole time that I was watching her video, I kept realizing how different our collections were. She has this beautiful, vibrant, full of color collection and a lot of different styles for that matter. And as I was picking out mine for their specific categories, I realized that I'm very keen on what style I like, and I've added very, very little color to my collection. So that is definitely one thing that I will be working on for the remainder of the year. Now, with that being said, I wanted to get into the next question, which was, what is my newest bag? Talking about color. Here we have her again. It is my Pollen #1 in that nano size, like I mentioned, and I recently got this one as a gift from my husband during Valentine's Day, so I felt like it was perfect. This color is fairly new, or at least I feel like it's been re-released, because I was looking at older pictures of Pollen, and there are a few that have this kind of red color in them. So I feel like this has been like a maybe re-released kind of tone of red. But as soon as I saw it, I thought it was perfect, and Valentine's Day was coming up. So I sent a picture to my husband, and I was like, Valentine's Day gift, please. And he did not disappoint. So she is currently my newest bag. I have been using her, like I said, a ton, and I really, really do enjoy using her. And I love the pop of color. Normally I'm a very neutral dresser. I lean more towards black. I've been trying to get away from that and just go with more nude tones. But even with that, she still matches. Like even with this top right now, I think she would look so cute with a pair of jeans and like a cute pair of wedges. And then this one as your pop of color. Oops, she almost fell. And then this bag as your pop of color, I feel like you cannot do any wrong with a red bag. I actually am working on a video on how to style a red bag, because I do feel like sometimes people are intimidated by a colored bag, and I feel like as long as it's more or less of a neutral classic color, if that makes sense, you can match it with pretty much anything and she will always complete your outfit. Now the next question is, what was your first luxury bag? And mine was the Speedy 35 in the Damier Ben print. I knew that I wanted my first luxury bag to be from Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton was like my first love of luxury handbags. I did feel like the Speedy would be perfect for my style at that moment, and even to date, I think like the Speedy is a definite classic. You can do no wrong by adding one into your collection. So this was my first luxury handbag. My husband actually surprised me, and we were in Paris, so he took me to the flagship store there, and I was able to add her there in that store. That was an amazing experience. Nothing like it is today, unfortunately, but I'm just so grateful that I do have those memories. And then we also got her hot stamped, like I said, or I don't know if I did say that, but it was actually for our first wedding anniversary. So I was able to add my new initials there, and I feel like that was just so special. And then just before I put her away, the next question is actually, which is your forever handbag? And it's so funny because Mel mentioned in her video her first luxury handbag as well, and mine is my first luxury handbag will be my forever handbag also. Not only is it just because it was the first luxury handbag that I was able to add, but like I mentioned, it's such a classic silhouette, and I feel like it still goes a lot with my style. I don't use her as often because she is a little bit larger than the bags that I tend to carry nowadays. I tend to lean more to using her for travel, but it's just a sentimental value behind it. You know, I was able to get her in Paris. I was able to hot stamp my initials there. You know, it's something that my husband was there throughout the experience, and that means a ton for me. You know, I love when he kind of comes in and has his little opinions and his saying about the handbags that I want to add. And it's funny because I went in with the idea of adding a monogram. I had always seen monogram all throughout Louis Vuitton, so I felt like that would be the iconic bag to add. But he felt like the Damier Ben was a lot less loud, and I have to agree with him. I love me a good monogram bag, but I feel like the Damier Ben print is really classic, and can be dressed up or down. So for that reason, I'm really glad that we ended up going for this exact silhouette and layout. I must say, I wish I had gotten her in a smaller size, but at that time I did use larger bags. And for me, I was under the impression that if I'm gonna already spend so much money for an extra 20 bucks, let me get a larger size. And I've discussed this before, but you definitely have to go with what suits your lifestyle, not really just think about the price difference and what you can get for a couple more dollars, because that might not be the correct bag that you will use long term. But besides all of that, she will never ever leave my collection. Now, the next category or question was kind of interesting. I was hesitant as to what bag I was going to choose for this one, but then once it hit me, I knew that this was the perfect bag for that category. And it is my most edgy bag. And I gotta say, that is my Polène in the number 7, and this is the larger size of the two. They have a mini option as well. I love how unique this bag is. I've talked your ears off about it, so I'm gonna try to keep it short and sweet, but I just think it's such a unique shape. You really don't see a lot of these shapes in either luxury handbags or just contemporary, or any handbag for that matter. I try to keep all of my handbag silhouettes very simple and very classic, just because for me, it's gonna be a lot easier to pick them whenever I do wanna wear a specific bag. However, this one surprisingly really fit very well into my style. I love dressing her with like jeans and a casual t-shirt, but the fact that it does have this top handle right here gives me the possibility of dressing her up as well, and just holding her like this, which I really like using her that way as well. But putting that aside, I just feel like even though she's very sleek and very slimlined, she also gives off this really cool chic vibe to her. And for that reason, I went ahead and chose her as my most edgy bag. All right, and then heading into the last category, that was what bag would I purchase right away if I had to start my collection all over again? I would love to see if you guys would guess what bag. I have mentioned her already in this video, so I'm gonna give you a quick second to go ahead and leave me a comment down below with what your guess will be. All right, so that bag is none other than my Speedy B 25 in the damier bed print. And I will purchase the exact same bag, the exact print, same style, same size, just as you see her right here. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet, but this bag is iconic. I mean, that is the only word that I can think about to describe this bag. I feel like it goes with any style. I feel like you can incorporate her in so many different ways. You can take her to work, you can take her to a park, you can take her out to dinner, you can dress her up. I mean, I've even attended a wedding and used this bag as my bag because I was traveling and this was the bag that I took with me. It's really endless possibilities on how you can use this bag. And even though I love my collection, and like I said, I try to stick with neutral classic bags for that reason, it's just easy grab and go. This bag for me is the it bag. There's no other way really to describe it, and God forbid, but if I had to start my collection all over again for whatever the reason was, this would definitely be the first bag that I would hunt down. So that is it, you guys. I thought the video was super fun, and I really just want to tag any of you that have your own YouTube channel and want to recreate this video, or if you want to share a few options on your Instagram. If you do so, make sure to leave me a comment down below letting me know what your Instagram or your YouTube channel is so that I can go ahead and check it out. I would love to see Caleb do this video. I'm gonna go ahead and tag him in my description box. He has a stunning collection. I feel like I definitely have to come out of my comfort little box while watching Caleb's and Melissa's videos, because their collections are just so vibrant and so filled with color. And as you probably saw, mine are very neutral. I'm very classic in that matter, but I love a good pop of color, and adding my Polène into my collection has verified that for me even more. So I'll make sure to link his channel. I'll make sure to link Melissa's channel as well, so you guys can definitely go and check her out. Thank you so much, Mel, for tagging me to do this video. I do hope you enjoyed this video, and if you are new to this channel, that you would consider subscribing and joining the family. Thank you guys again for taking some time out of your day to watch today, and I hope to catch you in my next one. Bye everyone.